Anybody new here? In airport 4-hour flight delay? Damn. Rip. Is anybody new here? Is that easier to see, you guys? Second time here? Yep, new. Cool, cool, cool. Are you new to trading, new to the dungeon, new to just backtesting with me? Is that easier to see? I feel like it has to be easier to see. So we'll leave it at that. Just backtesting? Okay, so everyone has a pretty good understanding of what we're doing here, right? Like if I just start popping off on stuff, we'll be able to keep up. Daily time frame, where should we start? What do we look for? No, I'm just kidding. We'll do it. I'll do it exactly how I always do it. What should we look for on the daily right now? I'll tell you what I see. I see this gap down here holding to the left. Okay. So right now, we're holding this daily gap. Not really any other gaps right here. Bullish then? Yeah, my bias is bullish for now. Let's zoom down into a lower time frame. So we'll look at the 4-hour. What do we got on the 4-hour? So not only are we supporting this daily gap, but we're also supporting this, right? And this. So definitely respecting bullish PDRAs a lot more, right? You know, inversing this and then dumping is kind of interesting, but would bias and order flow be the same thing? Yeah, pretty much. So looks like when we did sweep this high though, we kind of got a soup reaction out of there, right? If we draw our, I guess we'd draw here. So we're technically down into somewhat of a discount. I say we zoom in a little more. So we're on the 4-hour chart right now. We'll go to the 1-hour. Okay. 1 hour. And so now, how's it going? What's up, user? So on the 1-hour chart, we do have this gap to the left, right? So it's possible that we don't inverse this and we get a bearish reaction. So that is also a potential, because you can see we've tapped up into this gap a few times, or a couple times, and it's held, right? We've inversed the, oh wait, no, we have not inversed that yet. So it looks like we're 42 minutes away from potentially inversing this gap right here. So we'll keep that marked out for now. Bro, are you talking about this? Savage. But don't distract me, bro. Wait, this doesn't look like my chart. Look, bro brought up one thing and now look how thrown off I am. Doing all kinds of other stuff. Man, I know, dude. So look, we're 42 minutes from this 1 hour inversing or not. It's also kind of the middle of the day. Like it's already 11:17 on a Wednesday. Do you guys want to just skip to the next session, or should we finish this PM and see how it goes? Skip. Agreed. Good call. All right, so we'll go to next day open. Hopefully it'd be cool if we got a data candle, maybe. So no data candle. But now that we went to the next day, I think we should zoom out a little bit and see where we're at. Do you guys agree? Because just skipping to the next day and then staring at the 1 minute chart doesn't give us too much context, right? So let's zoom out a little. We'll go to the 4 hour. Okay, so price definitely held this gap still. We inversed this. Looks like we're reaching for this high. Yeah? What do you guys think? So, dream scenario at this point would be, this is a little too high to get along right here. Would maybe be something like this. Yeah? This needs to be... Alright. So, I don't think we really need to look at any other... Ooh. So, we did inverse this BPR right here to the left, this 1 hour BPR. We inversed it, but we've also been kind of chopping. So we'll see what happens there. No data candle or anything, so I think I'll just kind of skip to open. That's okay. 5 minutes to open. So we've hit open. So dream scenario might possibly be playing out. It looks like... So we did just inverse this giant 5 minute. Ooh. We're 3 minutes away from inversing this giant 5 minute. We do have this... Not really BPR, but we do have these gaps to the left down here, right? That we could easily bounce out of at any time. Let's just extend this over. So here would be our delivery if we did get a long setup, right? So maybe we sweep this low. Maybe we get an SMT and we can look for a long. So did we sweep that low? Not yet. Maybe we did on ES. Let's check. Get in the habit of checking for SMTs as much as you can because... Wait a minute. Why can't I see the crosshair over here? What is going on? Okay, so we do have an SMT, right? So ES already swept this low. Right? So I'm going to mark this out just so that we know that there is a bullish SMT down here right now. Now, I will say this. Yes, we have an SMT, but I don't really see any gaps that we can look to take yet, right? Even on the 30-second, there's no... So I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down. Or we just pump to oblivion, okay? So we do have this gap to the left, right? That has held price quite a bit. It is not like a singular gap. So, okay. Got this inverse. We have a bullish SMT. We have delivery from the 15 minute. Okay. Delivery, bullish SMT. I know it's not a singular gap, but we definitely destroyed it, right? What do you guys think? Got the inverse here. Entry would be here. Break even at this high, maybe this high, and then we could try and hold to here. Let's see what ES is looking like. So ES is looking pretty similar, right? Yes, actually, this inverse on ES almost looks a little cleaner. But we're going to try this, okay? Yeah, it's worth a try in my opinion. So we'll do regular risk. All right, so we're in there. Let me move this down in case so we don't get wicked out. Break even. This is a little close. I feel like break even would be up here. What do you guys think? Like if we rip through this wick, there's no reason for us to not go to here, to be honest. Is it a macro time? Not quite, but almost. So kind of a terrible reaction, actually. So there's the stop out. That's crazy. So if we would have gone break even at this wick, yeah, we would have got saved. Yeah. Think this still pumps or what? So now this setup is actually better than this one, I think, if we were to get it. Because now we got like this, it's like a confirmation setup almost. So instead of closing it and re-entering it, I think we just rerun it. Because it's basically the same entry. Technically it did stop out though. Alright, so we'll go BE there. Technically it was like whatever. We're back testing. It's not a big deal. Oof. Sheesh. Bang. Yeah, well, I mean, that is where my stop was. That's why I put the stop down here, is because of this. So it depends on how you would personally manage the trade, right? Some people would take the immediate stop out, but since we tapped into this inception gap, that's why I kept playing the candles because I honestly was thinking that would hold. An inception gap is a gap below the inverse. So it's like here's our this gap is where the inverse was, right? Here. But technically there's still a bullish gap right here that held price up. Does that make sense? So, good trade there. I mean, it just depends on how you would manage it. As soon as we tapped this and it held, I was like, I'm going to run it. Cool. Good trade. And like, does everyone see the difference between this setup versus the first one? How much more obvious this is compared to that? Yeah. So I was gonna skip to the next day, but after seeing us tap into this, Like we just like that was the best exit of all time. And low key, part of me wants to short this. I mean, I'm not going to, but I want to tape read this to see if this comes down to break this SMT. I'm curious. And just chop. Cool. Bro, Vert does not sleep, bro. I mean, he does, but he sleeps trading. That's it. He eats, breathes, and sleeps trading. That's what it is. Yeah, we're going to the next day. We're not going to watch this. All I do. Love it. Gym, trade, God, repeat. Fire. That's the quote of the day right there. I'm gonna have to add AGFX indicator on the FX replay so we can get that up here on top. Vert's been trading since he was a newborn, bro. What do you think? All right, let's go to the next day. Oof. So kind of getting a dump before open. Let's zoom out and see where we're at here. So looking at the 4 hour, this is pretty overextended right here. Looks like we failed to hit this high. And there's a gap here to the left holding. Let's look at ES and see if there's a bearish SMT on the higher time frame at all. All right, so we have a bearish SMT right here and right here, right? NQ launched over these highs and ES is way down here. So either that's a sign of what? You guys tell me. What should we be looking for if we see something like this? Shorts, bearish, short. Okay. So there's a couple things I would look for, and it's just a couple or something to be aware of. When you have higher time frame SMTs like this that are like this far apart, sometimes PA can be kind of choppy. So just be aware of that. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. So here's the thing. I know we have a bearish SMT, but on the higher time frame, we're still what? Yeah. So for me, yeah, we have a bearish SMT, but I don't know if I would be looking for a short still. I think I would be looking for a move down into discount here. We tap into this big 4 hour and get along. What up, Johnny? Johnny. Dude, I went in hard on that one for you, and my throat's not feeling good, so I hope you appreciated that. Finally was home for a back testing. Oh man, dude, I hate to break it to you, bro, but we're just about to end it. I'm just playing. We've taken one trade. You're good. I want to take at least 5 trades this time before we end. I feel like most times we don't take that many trades, so I'm trying to take at least 5 during this session. I'm trying not to be like picky and be my normal self because it's just back testing, so who cares? So win or loss, I'm trying to take at least 5. So as I was saying though, yes, we have a bearish SMT, right? But higher time frame, we're still bullish. And now we have all these relative equal highs here. Okay? So instead of hopping in on a short, I feel like I would be looking to get along after watching shorts play out. Okay? Like, look at this. I feel like this is... Yeah, no, we're... Oh, dude. Stop distracting me, bro. Gosh dang it. Dude, I'm fiending to trade right now. Don't make me look at the actual chart, please. Lose my discipline right here in front of y'all. I'm just playing. Dude, looking at this and seeing it at 12,000 and seeing this at 21, damn. I'll forward my live if you do. All right, so let's keep watching price. There's no data candle, so I'll probably skip to... All right, if we did want to get a long setup, this is what you want. Some LRLR. All this LRLR, right? Oof. Well, invalid. All right, let's check out this gap here. So we didn't really come down to a discount. It looks like we kind of just are bouncing off of this. Yeah, I'd rather us come down further, but if we are delivering out of something, then I could be convinced otherwise. So we are holding this 30-minute gap right here, okay? So sometimes if we're bullish enough, right, you won't get a retrace down in the discount, right? And sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But I'm not really seeing anything super obvious right here. These gaps are nice, but it's not singular. So it's a 15-minute, so we don't really usually take entries on the 15-minute, right? Unless they're V-shaped. Could. Either way, we gotta wait for open here. Alright, so there's open. Got 12 minutes to see if this 15-minute inverses, in which case we're not going to get our retrace set up. Jeez! Well, chat. We're torched. Okay. Low-key chat. For backtesting purposes, I'm about to take this. So, we swept all this LRLR, tapped into this gap here, and rejected super hard, right? So there's your delivery. Let's look at the 1 minute here and see. So we also have bearish SMT with ES. This looks pretty takeable to me. This doesn't, I mean, it's not a clean singular gap, but we've literally inversed all of it, right? Like, pfft. All right. So let's see. Should we I think we do something like this. Short here. We'll go break even at this low. We can scale down here. And then we can try and hold to discount. What do you guys think? All right, let's give it a try. We'll just do the same risk every time. So we got the IFEG. Bruh, we're about to get wrecked. So stopped out there. Yeah, I guess. We'll take the loss on that since the first one was kind of iffy the way we won on it. Yeah, we'll take the L on it since we kind of got lucky on the first one. Dude, this is... So, you guys remember what I said, though? I was like... What I said about price being kind of choppy and uncorrelated when we have higher time frame SMTs like that. This looks poo. Well, guys, what's the lesson we can learn here? Yes. But what else? Before we even started looking at that trade, what did we talk about? Too bullish. We were exactly. The higher time frame is bullish. What did we want to do? We wanted to wait for shorts to play out, then go long, right? But we went short. we got wrecked. Let's go to the next day. So still holding this bearish SMT on the higher time frame. This looks mad choppy still. Yeesh. Actually, this looks... So it's kind of like... Oh wait, did we tap down to discount? Okay, so we came down to discount finally. So that's good. It just had to stop us out first. And price has been kind of bouncing around. So still bullish. So I'm looking for longs. Fast forward to open. There's open. Okay, do we have a setup here maybe? So we got this 30-second. So we got this nice manipulation candle down right at open, and then we immediately came back up and inversed it, right? Swept out these lows. Do we have delivery from somewhere? Oops. So our delivery is probably just going to be this giant 4-hour. Actually, wait. Give me a second. Our delivery is going to be this 15-minute. See that? Swept the low. Do we have... So we have a bullish SMT technically. It's kind of a weird one, but... Yeah, price is really uncorrelated right now looking at this, right? So as good as this looks, when I look at ES, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing us already tapping into this gap that we've rejected. As this play is triggering. Well, we're gonna take it. Do you guys think we should take this? Yeah. Got the inverse here. 8-point gap. Nice break even if we get there. All right. Yeah. I think we'll just try and catch this LRLR around maybe. Let me pull this down. I don't want this to come down at all. Damn. That's why you use a hard stop. Time for a job. Dude, that's what I said, look. That's why I pointed this out. That's why I said I didn't like that. Cause it's so uncorrelated. Like we're smacking into gaps to the left on ES that it's been holding. And just getting this random 30-second. This is so uncorrelated. I want the setups to look clean, right? So, SMTs, use them for reversal confirmation. However, when you're actually taking a setup, you want the setups to be correlated. You want them to look similar. Like, why is ES way up here slapping into this gap and NQ's down here getting a V shape, right? So it's really, really important to look at what ES is doing. Like, really important. If the setups don't look correlated, I usually don't like taking them. Let's see if we come back down for discount again. Okay. But see, look. See how uncorrelated all this is still? I don't like this, man. Okay. Now this I kind of like. Tap down into here. Yeah, we can go to next day, but I want to try this for some reason. What do you guys think? No YM, just ES. I feel like this looks pretty good. This to me looks 10 times better than the 30-second long that we tried. Like at least there's a little bit more correlation going on here. Like we swept lows, we're delivering out of something a little closer. right? Asia's pumping. This can be trash. Stop distracting me, bro. I mean, honestly, the way things are so uncorrelated with this, it's still not that great, but I think we should just try it. You guys down? Oops. So we'll give this one a try. This definitely looks way more clear than the 30-second. So we'll try it. You guys. Dude. I'm telling you, the way these are so uncorrelated is this is why this is causing this. None of this looks good. Like, it's so IFVGs don't work, guys. I'm sorry to say. We're going to the next day. There's no way we keep trading after that. Monday. No new. It was a no news Monday. Wait, what? What was a good reason not to take that? Because of how uncorrelated all this is. Yes, exactly. Uncorrelated markets, way low quality, way more lower quality every time, bro. You really want to see these, you really want to see the indices doing the same stuff. Like, see where this low is? Okay. This low is here. The low on ES, that low is way down here. And see how we've got like this big curve going, but we don't have that here? It's not good. It's almost like one indice came to discount while the other one's still in premium. So why would a long work? You know? Definitely just make sure that price is moving similar on both indices. Okay? If you think it looks good on NQ, just hop over to ES and make sure that it looks good there too. You know? Let's see. So now so we tap down into discount perfectly and are ripping. What is ES doing? Okay, so ES is finally starting to pump as well, right? But look, so these are the same time frame. You guys see this? It's the same time frame. See how ES is inside this giant gap and NQ is just like nowhere to be found? NQ's already inversed all of this. It's just the entries just end up not being as clean. That's just all it is. If they're so uncorrelated like that. So no data candle. We'll skip the open. And obviously we're clearly still bullish, right? Yeah. You just don't trade. Have a good night, man. Thanks for joining. I'm going to delete this. Right. So there's open. How much longer for the session? Probably do a couple more trades. At least one more. At least 2 wins. Yeah. Gotta take it. Gotta take at least 2 wins. So, hate how uncorrelated this is, dude. I feel like we're not gonna get a setup. Nothing to take. Have decent LRLR down here, to be honest. But when we look at the higher time frame, I'm not feeling like this is telling us to short. Do you guys agree? Invalid. Yeah, that's all we can do, you know? So at least these candles are starting to look a little better, right? You see how this is looking way more... Dude, why do I feel like there was a 30-second that we missed? No, there wasn't. You'd short this. I'm just not seeing a very... I wouldn't short this. Why would you go short right when we tap into this and we're bullish? Maybe if we inverse this, I could see shorting to take out this low. But then, even if you get down there, now you have this. Right? So if we're mad bullish, taking these inverses up here is kind of... Okay, now if we death candle through this, right? You know that. But then look, here again, just like it has been, we're uncorrelated. This is all meh. So these candles are definitely cleaner than what we have been seeing. I think if we were going to take this, I'd have to wait for the 2-minute. Because you see how right here, this inverse happened once already and failed? That's because it held right here on the 2-minute, right? It's possible we could take something like this. So 2-minute didn't inverse again. And now we're pumping. Dude, this 2 minute is a beast. Okay, now if we get this, I like it more. Can anyone tell me why? Bro. We're gonna take this still, I don't care. Does anyone tell me why I like this more now? So what I like about this, but this been invalid. Yeah, I know. It's technically invalid, but we're going to take it anyway. But I like this more because we swept buy side, came down, swept buy side again. Then we put in a bearish gap, and then we came back up and tested that bearish gap, and it held, right? Then we got the death candle. So now, yeah, we have this this delivery right here from what's now a BPR. The trend line long? Yeah, dude, you're probably right. Honestly. You're probably right. This is so uncorrelated. Bro, I'm so torn on this. This is so invalid. I feel like we shouldn't be taking it. But it's just backtesting, so. Like, this 2 minute held like crazy, and we finally just death candled through it. Probably just break evens, yeah. Good chance at BE. Yeah, I mean, the BE would definitely be like. I mean, here's pretty close. I'm just waiting. Honestly, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of waiting to see your guys' input. I want you guys to be getting in on this too. I'm going to take it. I just want to see what you guys think. I know we shouldn't because we swept this low, right? But it's back testing. Who cares? Now, if I see this play trigger, like if I'm watching the market right now and I'm trying to take, like, this is obviously invalid, but I mean, we are backtesting the model. I'm curious to see if it would work still. That's all. Dude, I just feel like when I focus on trying to be perfect in these, I don't take any trades. So I'm trying to just take more trades. I'm trying to loosen up. We'll skip it. Yeah. We'll skip it. Yeah, see, that would have been terrible to sit through. Break even anyway. As soon as we tap down there. Whatever. Back to the 1 minute. And obviously, the plan we already talked about was to look for longs, so. What an interesting moment that was. See how like subjective trading can be? Like, yeah, I know we're meant to backtest the model, but I also think that part of why this is beneficial is because you get to see other people's perspectives on the same thing we all trade. So, yeah, like honestly, I don't trade the model exactly like Dodgy does. And so sometimes it's difficult in here to do these because I feel like I'm supposed to, but I'm not going to. Yeah, literally. What do I do differently than Dodgy? Mainly the break evens. And I also use a hard stop loss rather than a close below because I'm more picky with my setups. I usually like to wait for stuff that's super obvious, and so I'm confident in all the data that I've gathered from journaling all my trades that I can use a 15-point hard stop on my setups, and that is enough room for if I did take a play that should be a winner, it shouldn't come 15 points against me, and I've learned that from taking screenshots of all my trades for months. So I use a hard stop loss because I wait for. I just use 15-point hard stop. Will you show us how to do break evens and stop losses? Well, a stop loss would be closed back below the inverse, right? That's how Dodgy teaches it. The reason I do it differently is because I wait for specific trades that I've been journaling for a long time, so I'm just confident that I don't need more than 15 points. If I do need more than 15 points, then it wasn't a winning play. And I would rather just have minimal loss and I can risk a little bit more by having a small stop loss. All right, have a good night, EJ. Yeah, that is how he does it. So like let's just say if this gap were to inverse here, right? The break even would be here at the next swing. Because after we sweep liquidity, you don't know if you get a rejection or not. I do it differently. I don't usually go break even until I'm up like 15 to 20 points. And then my full TP. Show us one of your signature trades. I don't know if it's a signature trade. It's just, I don't know. I have a whole bunch. This one was good. This one was kind of okay. Oops. Wait. Oh, this was kind of crazy, actually. I just like these V shapes. I'm not usually like a. I don't usually like taking like the ones that finally break. I usually like taking V shapes like this. But literally in this, I've been journaling trades in one channel for since November. And by doing this, I'm able to go back and say, okay, Like literally, Amy and I sat down one night and I went through every single one. And if it was a winner, I counted how many times it went 15 points in drawdown against me, and it was like never. So if I'm waiting for the plays I wait for and it's gonna work the way it should, I don't need more than 15 points as a hard stop, and I'm just decided that from my own data. So stop loss is subjective to the person, I think, but the way it's taught with the model would be a stop back below. And then for break even purposes, that's also subjective too. No. No, I stopped thinking about all that stuff because it made it to where that's all I ever thought about. And if I go in every day with like a specific goal, that's the only goal I have when I go into the trading day is to execute properly. That's it. I don't care about how much I make that day. I care about managing how much I lose and executing how I'm supposed to. That's it. If I start thinking about payouts or account buffers or profit targets or trading days or consistency rules or any of that stuff, it just takes over my brain and it messes with my head. So I'm forcing myself to just trade the way you're supposed to, and everything else will happen. If you don't trade the way you're supposed to, it won't happen. Right? Manage your risk. Take your trades. What was your biggest obstacle in trading and how'd you overcome it? My biggest obstacle in trading right now is still, honestly, fear. Fear makes me hesitate because I start thinking about, I hate taking losses, bro, and for some reason I get caught up in my head about, it's like trauma, bro. It's like trauma from blowing so many fundeds before. And then you're like sitting down ready to take a trade and you like hesitate because you just got that in the back of your mind, like, bro, I don't want to blow an account right now. But that's why managing your risk is so important, right? Because then you know you never will. If you're not over risking and over leveraging, then you won't blow your account. So my biggest thing probably is not focusing on payouts. Because I've been like working on a few things slowly, like slowly, very, very slowly, because it'll be worth the wait when I get there. But to get there, I can't think about it. All I can think about is taking good trades, right? Like if I sit here and just think about getting money and making payouts and stuff, it'll mess with my head. So but what I would say is figuring out a system that you're going to stick by and go by every single day is huge. Because then you'll get that repetition and you'll see it every day and know that you can just know what to expect, right? Like, hey, even if I do take a loss right now, it's only going to be this much. And then I just am done for the day. And so I'm really big on taking no more than one trade per day because I fully believe in like the long-term statistics of the model. And I believe that when I take more than one trade, I'm cutting into my long-term what do you call it? Oh, I lost it. Like just the long-term statistics of it, you know? So the more you pick with something that you do exactly the same and just keep doing it every day, the more comfortable you'll feel when you're sitting down to trade. All right, we're going to take this. And this will be our last trade. Yeah, I agree. So right here we've got a bullish SMT. Right? We got delivery from this 5 minute. So this 5 minute technically didn't inverse yet. But this 4 minute is V-shaping. And there's also this 2 minute. Okay. 2 minute also didn't inverse. I hate when there's multiple time frame gaps that are the same like this. So 3 minute inversed, 4 minute inversed, 5 minute did not, 2 minute did not. What do you guys think? Even wins over odds, take it. Stay on the safe side and full port. That would be the safe side. Yeah, we'll give it a try. I don't know, chat. Yeah. I'm really not sure about this one, to be honest. But we can give it a try. I'm on the fence, but yeah, I do like it. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. I like it and I don't. So we're going to take it. Makes sense. You know, just full TP can be a protected high, but it's fine. All right, so we'll go BE there. Oof. Yeah. All right. So I think if we re-break this high right here, we scale a little. I just realized this is the... Yeah, if we re-break this high, I think we scale here. Chat, we're doomed. Bro! Damn. This is probably... Let's see. Did we get saved? All right. So we got saved by the break even. So good job. All right, guys. That's going to be the last trade. Okay. Thank you for joining. That was fun. I like when we take more trades, honestly. It's entertaining. But if we want to focus on only taking the best of the best trades next time, we can do that. If you guys like that better, we can be way more patient and just take like, you know. But I just thought that I didn't want it to be boring. Later. Have a good day. Oh, did you send me a DM? All right, I got you. No. You'll be fine. Profitable. It'll be once you enter, if you get down 300 from that entry, then it'll cut you out. Regardless of if you went up and then came back. Okay? Fire, Dave. Damn, dude. All this LRLR about to get ran. What do you guys think? I'm telling you plus EV because then you manage your risk really, 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 really well. Like let's say you're only trading 6 micros, 5 or 6 micros, right? You're risking less than $200 per trade. And if you get into one of these good IFVG setups, it should not come back against you 15 points, bro. It should work pretty immediately. So you manage your risk really, really well doing that. Because if, in my opinion, if you're taking an A plus setup and it's supposed to work, there's no way you should get 15 points drawdown before it starts working. From all the trades that I've been journaling and taking, they work immediately or they fail. That's it. It's not like it doesn't. It's not like I enter and then it wicks down 15 points, then starts working. That rarely, rarely ever happens. So for me, the trades that I take, it works better to use a 15-point hard stop. I can manage my risk better, and it increases your RR as well. So let's say you're using a 15-point stop, and you're waiting for only A plus setups, and you have like an 80% win rate. Well, you only need 30 points to be taking away 2R at that point. So you can have a higher win rate and have 2R. Nope, even on large gaps. If it's V shape and the momentum's good and it's A plus, 15-point stop loss. I take way fewer trades, you guys. I don't think you understand. Like way fewer. And I'm like, honestly, I'm trying to break that, but one trade, maybe. I would say 2 to 3 trades per week, maybe. On fundeds. On copy trading fundeds, like 2 to 3 trades per week. But I have a singular funded account that I'll trade more. Oh, I get FOMO, bro. Trust me, I get FOMO. But the thing is it doesn't matter. When I do get my trade, it'll work instantly. And trading less puts less stress on me because I'm not in the market a lot. I wouldn't say they're only A plus, but I would say they're light bulbs to me. They're mainly A plus. I doubt there's there. I mean, you know how sometimes you get those A setups that work still for some reason, and not every play is A plus. No, there's definitely times where it's not A plus, but on those plays, I just been managing my risk, going break even really fast. Like if I have low confidence in it, then I'll go break even a lot sooner than I normally would. Yeah, I'm barely ever in the streams anymore. Sometimes I pop in to say a few things, but I don't hang out in there very much. I've been trying to do my own thing. But in March, I went that whole month only taking one trade a day, and I think I had like a 80%, like a 80% and like a point 0.9 R or something like that. And then I stopped doing that, and I was trading more often, and then my stats started sucking. So I went back to one trade a day, and it's hard because I'm patient as hell, and I always want to enter, dude. Like I always want to enter. I can, dude. I swear it's so hard sometimes, bro. Amy has seen me like, whoa, hang on. Let me put my headset on for the Dodge Master. Because I just ended it. Yeah, we're all just talking at this point. I already ended it. Yeah. I've been on for over an hour. There was, how many people are in here? Like 40? I don't know. 30 or 40. Not a lot. 4,000? Sheesh. Sheesh. Dude, this is gonna dump. Yep. Yep. If you wait for stuff that's really, really good, you can size heavier because they work. Nah. Yeah, it's all just depends on how you want to do it. I prefer him look like I'm personally am trying to find the angle of trading less. So I don't want to be trying to trade every single day. Yeah, that's what I want. Point 0.9 R is good enough. Yeah. No, I didn't restart it. I haven't technically ended it. People left because I said we were done backtesting, but we've all just been in here talking. Yeah. People were asking questions, so cool. Take it over. Yeah. All right, guys. Everyone left. Let's pull it back up. Amy's in the living room. Amy, Dodgy say he's going on a date. Hey, nice. 1 hour full TP is fire. Win rate is insane. Yeah, let us know how it goes. Wait, maybe I'll stop this recording real quick. Hold up. We don't. I'll be the girl. You're gonna have to be prepared, bro. I use tongue. You're not that advanced yet. Bro's still working his way through the boot camp for kissing, bro. The kissing boot camp. Bro! Nah, that's crazy. Nah, dude, that's so funny. Type 1, type 1, type 1. Everyone got type 1 for that. We need that, dude. Oh, yeah? You didn't do too good? You need more mentoring. You need more mentoring, bro. Alright. I'm hopping off, you guys. Later.